Hello and great day, my ownership babes. I want to get this started by asking you a question, a two-part question. Number one, do you really want it? And when I talk about wanting it, I'm talking about those goals, those dreams, those things that wake you up at night, those things that light you up, those things that you know God must have implanted inside of your heart. And it is manifesting, it is growing, and you want it to be birthed. Do you really want those things? And if you've answered no, then guess what? You don't need to move any further with this session. But for those of you that answered the way I answered years ago, yes, I do want it, then my second question to you is, why has nothing changed in your life then? Why, if you set that goal, if that goal was set at the beginning of January, and now we're how many days into January? And I'm not saying you need to have completed that goal. I know this is extremely early in the game to have finished your goals, but shouldn't there be some sign that you are moving in the right direction? See, I'm asking that because I remember when I asked myself that question, I really had to be honest. Because if I wanted it, then why wasn't there any movement at all? Just some small fragment that showed that I truly wanted it. Why was I sitting there making excuses? Why was I negotiating and talking to God and saying, well, I could, but you're blessing those people instead of me? Why was I making excuses? See, excuses will always keep you from living the life that you are truly designed to live. Excuses, they will, I'm telling you from experience, you have to eliminate those things in your life. And one of the things I had to do, the most important thing I shall say, that I know you have to do when you've made a decision that you want it, and you've identified that you're not showing that you want it because nothing has changed in your life, then you have to change. We are all one decision, just one right decision away from making a change in our life in the most massive way. And see, I know I've been there. I had to make the decision, but the most important part of that was accountability. And I'm not talking about just accountability to other people. And I know some of you are out there and you're like, hey, I have my group of girls or men and we're accountable to each other, and we call each other, we Zoom, we motivate each other in the group chat. We're doing all of these things, and those things are great. Don't stop doing those things. Environments are everything, especially winning environments. That sounds like a winning environment. However, the biggest level, or the highest level rather, of accountability starts from within. When you start to take ownership from where you are currently at. See, I remember the day I took ownership for where I was. See, good, bad, or indifferent, I was accountable. And I said, you know what? I'm saying I want it, but my actions are showing I don't. So I must not really want it. And if I wanted it, I had to make a quick change. If I would have never made the change, I would have never been before you. I would have never been before you totally debt free, free from corporate America, free from interest, free owning my home, being an ownership babe. I would have never been. And I'm not saying these things to impress you. There's no need to impress anyone out there. I serve God, not you. I'm serving you through God. I'm saying these things to let you know that none of them would not have happened without God, but it would not have happened if I would have not been accountable to myself. I could no longer blame anyone. I couldn't blame God for blessing everyone else and not blessing me. I was not being accountable. I was not taking the necessary steps I needed to take. Once I started taking those steps, it's like the universe started to shift in my direction. I started to receive the blessing. But here's some things I want to tell you, really some actionable steps that I had to take. Number one is gratitude. So very easy, but it seems super hard for people to do these days. Why? Because we live in a world that tells you you need to want more and more and more and more. You deserve it. And I understand nothing's wrong with that. However, you have to be grateful for where you are currently at. You have to be grateful with the little you may have or the lot you may have. Maybe you have a lot, but you're still not appreciating it. Appreciation takes you a long way. Having gratitude, it just does something. You can write it down. You can grab your journal, your gratitude journal like me, or you can just do it in your head. It doesn't require pen and paper. You can constantly just be thankful and grateful for where you are. It's just things start to shift when you do that. So gratitude, number one, is so important. Number two, I would say you already have, done it. You have an accountability group. That's great. You placed yourself in the right environment. You have to be careful about that. You have to protect the things that God has designed for you. God will allow that protection, but there are some things specifically that you have to do. Put yourself in environments that are designed for you to grow from the inside out. Don't place yourself in environments with people that are negative and do not want more out of life. I'm telling you, that's the most draining thing in the world. I remember, and this is one of the things I do not miss about corporate America. I miss the people, I shall say, because I connect with people energy to energy, but then I don't miss people. Why? Because people can be naturally negative and they can be draining. So I always had to make sure I had my shield of God, my shield of God on me, because I could not allow negativity to get in me at all. I had to stay positive. People would always say, why are you so positive? Why are you so happy? I was like, look, life happens to me too, but I choose to not let those things take over me. I choose to not have a bad day just because bad things have happened. I have a choice in the matter. I have a choice to choose the type of day I will have. I can't blame that bad event that happened. I can't blame that thing that happened on the news. I can't blame them because I can control myself. That's what God has given me. So I have that opportunity. Can I feel empathy? Can I feel sympathy? Can I identify with those things, negative things maybe that are happening? Yes. But will I allow them to affect me and consume me and make me negative? No. I'm not going to do it. Negativity has no room, no space in my head, in my life. So you have to take control. You have to be that positive force in your life. As you are being grateful, you have to master that. You have to master the law of positivity in your life. And in closing, I just repeat, you have to eliminate excuses. You have to eliminate. The biggest excuse I'm telling you, it's no one else. I know you're thinking that someone else, no, I'm not winning. I'm not making my goals and dreams happen because of this person or this situation, or I don't have this, Tiffany. I don't have that. And I understand you may be lacking certain things, but you are never without the seed that you need to produce your goals and dreams. You may not have everything. We never do. I don't know. That's just part of maybe that thing called faith, right? Where you have to be faithful. However, you may not have everything you need, but you're never without the seed that you need to produce the results in your life. You have to believe that. So you have to eliminate excuses. And I'm telling you that the biggest thing is you. The biggest battle is within. This is why I constantly talk about everything starts and ends from within. Because I know that's the biggest battle that most people have. It is not the world. It's just easy to blame the world, but it's not the world. It is you. It is that force within you. But that force within you, you have the power. You have the power to control it. So I challenge you, ask yourself, If you haven't at this point, ask yourself the question, do you want it? And if you do, why hasn't anything changed in your life? And if you want things to change, if you want to get on this side, because I call this the right side, the winning side. If you want to, as an ownership babe or a future ownership babe, then guess what? Become accountable. Become accountable to who? To you, at the highest level. Become accountable from the inside, then move outside and watch how God, the universe, changes your life. Thank you for being here. Hopefully you are having a great month. Talk with you soon. Hasta luego.